Luxury watches are more than just instruments for telling time. They are statements of elegance, craftsmanship, and legacy. But how did we get here? From simple timekeeping devices to exquisite status symbols worn by icons and collectors, the evolution of luxury watch design tells a story of innovation, art, and timeless ambition. Welcome to Visual Cue. Today we're diving deep into the evolution of luxury watch design and how these intricate machines became cultural masterpieces. The story begins in the 16th century. Long before wristwatches, timekeeping was dominated by clock towers and later pocket watches. The first portable watches were mechanical marvels, powered by mainsprings and regulated by a balance wheel. But they weren't accurate, and they weren't small. During the 17th and 18th centuries, watchmakers like Breguet in France introduced innovations like the tourbillon, designed to improve accuracy by countering gravity's effect on the movement. These early designs were bulky and ornate, reflecting the Baroque styles of the time. Watches were status symbols, more jewelry than utility. The transition from pocket to wrist wasn't a fashion decision, it was a wartime necessity. During World War I, soldiers needed to keep time without fumbling in their pockets. Enter the trench watch, a rugged, wrist-mounted version of the pocket watch with luminous dials and protective grills. Once the war ended, men slowly began adopting the wristwatch as a daily accessory previously considered feminine. Design shifted toward functionality. Brands like Cartier introduced iconic models like the Santos, blending style with practicality. The interwar period brought a boom in creativity. Watchmakers began experimenting with materials, case shapes, and complications. The Art Deco movement of the 1920s influenced sleek, geometric designs. Think of the Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso with its reversible face designed for polo players, or Patek Philippe, which by the 1930s had mastered perpetual calendars and moon phases. Luxury wasn't just in the movement, it was in the design language. Dials became cleaner, hands more sculpted, cases more refined. Swiss brands dominated the market, emphasizing precision, heritage, and artistry. Post-World War II, the watch world embraced adventure. Tool watches, designed for pilots, divers, and astronauts, became the new luxury. In 1953, Rolex launched the Submariner, a professional dive watch that became a global icon. Omega's Speedmaster, famously worn on the moon in 1969, brought space-age prestige to the wrist. These watches weren't just beautiful, they were engineered for survival. Design elements like rotating bezels, luminous markers, and chronographs weren't just for show. They were for mission-critical tasks. Luxury now meant durability, performance, and legacy. In the 1970s, Japan changed everything. Seiko introduced the first quartz watch, triggering what became known as the quartz crisis. Quartz watches were cheaper, more accurate, and mass-producible. Swiss mechanical watchmakers struggled. Many brands went bankrupt or were forced to merge. But a counter-movement emerged. Luxury brands leaned into what quartz couldn't replicate: hand finishing, mechanical mastery, and heritage. In the 1980s and 90s, companies like Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe, and Rolex re-established luxury as a return to roots, selling not just timepieces, but timelessness. In the 21st century, luxury watch design blends the past with the future. Iconic models like the Royal Oak, Nautilus, and Daytona have become cultural currency. They're seen on the wrists of celebrities, CEOs, and collectors, not just for function, but as identity pieces. Contemporary design celebrates complexity. Skeleton dials reveal intricate movements. Limited editions create scarcity. Custom finishes, exotic materials, and smart complications make watches feel like wearable art. Luxury watches are no longer just tools or heirlooms, they're investments, and their design reflects that, balancing heritage with innovation. So, where does luxury watch design go next? With technology evolving rapidly, digital tools and AI are already influencing design and production. Brands are exploring sustainable materials, carbon-neutral manufacturing, and even blockchain-verified ownership. Yet, despite all this progress, the soul of luxury watches remains mechanical. human, a blend of art and engineering that transcends time. At its heart, luxury watch design isn't just about telling time, it's about telling a story. Thanks for watching Visual Cue. If you enjoyed this journey through the evolution of luxury watch design, leave a like and subscribe for more visual stories like this one. Time, after all, waits for no one, but it sure can look good while passing.